Last day of attempting this challenge before I give it a rest for a while. This challenge has been brutal for me. So if you're just coming into the stream for the first time, name of the day is Incredible Arms. You can also call me Nate. You can also call me Nathan, but please don't ever call me Nathaniel. Yeah, day 3 of attempting this Masochist challenge. It's one of the hardest ones I've done so far. It's called The Boys. You may only have units in your deck by the time you reach Seraph. And let's give it a shot. It's a pretty RNG run. I think it's going to be hard to do consistently anyway. That actually helps a lot, getting 3 minions to start. And an endless minion means that a harvest-based deck could work. Getting Swole Train Stewards is pretty good. Mold Braces is also really good. To just get armor on that front. That's one of the biggest problems, is getting enough health. Maybe this works for us. We get Harvest plus the armor. And make our Rector Flicker the tank. Because we could get a lot of armor on him. Killing off these Welder Helpers afterward. Reform's also really good. But I think let's try the Harvest deck. See if we can make it work. Or a Harvest Champion, I should say. So here we go. Attempt number 1 of the day. Day number 3. Units appear on each floor. Since we don't have the Higher Covenant, I think we can do that to get the extra coin. And we can take out all 3 of them. So we do it like this, and this, with Molten Encasement up front, and we won't play out the Welder Helper yet. Yeah, I mean that gets him really big. So now we can do this. Get another drag behind. And here we can start stacking Train Stewards, and I think getting heavy armor on him makes a lot of sense. So we torch. We can put a Train Steward behind him, and a Train Steward behind him. We might take some damage because this guy is going to be pretty hard to kill, but I think that's okay. We'll take 1 shot for 2. And we will do it like this. And we'll torch him. Get a Votivary in front. The Votivary is basically like block 1 attack, gain 5 armor onto your front unit with this artifact. That's really strong. We can torch him, put in the Votivary, torch the Votivary. Guess we didn't really need to torch the Votivary. We could have just had him play out, but so pretty good. First battle, losing 2 health is not bad. Drafts are pretty good, but I don't have a way to bring one back yet. I need to get a Reform or Endless on him. Imps. They're really good in order to enable Consumer of Crowns. This would be a 3rd imp. I think that's okay. They're kind of the replacement for spells in this deck. And we're definitely going to go Hellhorned, Consumer of Crowns. So this could be a run. This could be a run. What do we want to buff up? I think buffing up Consumer of Crowns even more. Even giving him more health? No, I think we want to wait, see if we can get multi-strike or quick on him. And instead, we can already start... well, we can do Rage on the draft. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me just waste some money for no reason. I'm going to get rid of... Actually, I only have 3 spells to get rid of. Maybe I don't need to get rid of anything right now. Extra health on the draft. It can absorb damage and then die. And so it's like a 28, or so it'd be 24, 48 damage spell. That also adds armor to the front enemy unit. Seems pretty good. So the biggest thing is going to be we have to get all three spikes aren't an issue for us because we can chump block for the champion. We need to get all 3 imps out in order to be able to play our Rector or our Consumer of Crowns. How many spikes? 2 spikes. Harvest, drag. We'll get a lot of damage on that front unit. Hopefully we can get some Train Stewards and Votivary, so we can put Votivary here, maybe? Let's see. That does 5. Putting him in front kills that unit. We can torch for the money. And I think getting Votivary here is better. Just to increase the health on my champion. Can we kill this guy? Or we can't. So instead, let's do another Train Steward here. Get out our first imp. And Votivary. We can do this. No, that won't kill it. We need to get the imp up somewhere though. Let's do it like Getting the draft up here means that we can kill this front unit. Oh, both. We kill both. That's right, because of the rage. So that makes sense. We save ourselves quite a bit of damage there. And here, I think I need to play this like that. And he can go on top. We need to save 4 capacity for Consumer of Crowns, and we need all 3 imps out. Where's our other imp? Did I let an imp die? 1, 2. Where's my other imp? He died. Okay, so we're not going to be able to play Consumer of Crowns. Let's put Train Steward in front there. We can start to torch this backliner. And then I think getting the stealth. We're going to take some damage here. Hopefully not too much. We can get him down so that he'll... We put another Molten Encasement. It adds 23. Putting him down to 31. So 7 hits. 56 plus 63. And that might kill us. Doing more damage isn't going to make a difference. Actually, it's not quite 63, because he dies after the first hit. But not a good start. Let's see if we can recover. We need another imp. Entombed Explosion's pretty good. Fledgling imp. Second Consumer of Crowns? I think Wickless Baron. Put Wickless Baron on the bottom with our Rector Flicker. And we need to increase capacity. What the hell's... I don't think we take any of these, although he's pretty good with Rage. And then we can start cleaning out Train Stewards as well. Getting Endless on this imp. Maybe the Rage imp. Or on Entombed Explosive, or on Molten Encasement. All of them would be really good. 5 AoE. Stealth. I think getting the 5 AoE would be really strong. And we need to get rid of trains. Yeah. Start getting rid of Train Stewards. They are clogging up the deck. We are not going to offer health. Oh, do we? No, it's not worth it. Not when we're already so low on health. Alright. Let's get onto Daedalus. See if we can recover a bit. We'll have more time. And we have more imps now. Cool, so we do it like this. We put Rector Flicker, Harvest Baron, and then maybe we put the Draft in front just to already start, yeah, clearing out units and getting, clearing out this floor. Let's get a Welder Helper up here. And we can put the Deranged Brute up here as well. Sack a Dreg. Sack a Train Steward. You know, we could even put him here to take advantage of the armor. Molten Explosive to take out that unit. We can get rid of the healer, probably. And then that's almost enough. Let's put the Train Steward in front. The Dreg as well. And then he'll die to the imp. Then we should need to get one imp behind him. Awesome. We can even just do this. And I think we torch him. Put the Welder Helper in front here. And yeah, we can torch him for now to get him back. Cool. So then we do Molten Imp up front to absorb the damage. We can get the Fledgling Imp to increase their rage, and should have put the dragon already. We'll tank with the drag. And this guy's gonna get to the top for 2 damage. We can clear him. Yeah. Should have put the drag up top. Just making some minor mistakes. Okay, great. So now we can play the Consumer of Crowns. He is definitely going to enable some strong defense up on the top floor. Daedalus is going to take a lot of damage even before that, though, because of all the stacks we got of armor and health onto our champion. I think we're fine to just put extra damage on him. And he'll die from 1 hit from the Consumer of Crowns. Cool. So that's basically how to win this one, is just to get Consumer of Crowns out. Don't think we're going to take any of them. And extra capacity, or... we actually didn't really have capacity issues, and if we get if we get rid of more Train Stewards, it's going to be even less of a problem. But either draw or Ember. Probably draw, so we can get back through to our Consumer of Crowns faster. And duplicate or gold, and what would we duplicate? The Draft, maybe? Consumer of Crowns. We can't fit 2 of them anywhere. We needed extra capacity if we wanted to fit them. I think we'll go this way. Get the artifact. That's really good. Skip. That means we can play Consumer of Crowns. And we get lots of draw, so then we just need... let's get Reform. If we get those drafts back, they'll be really strong. We can take 15 armor when we have Consumer of Crowns that's doing over 100 damage. And we can now play him. It means our imps are really bad, but unless you get all 0 cost. We'll put Rector Flicker still on the bottom floor. We'll put Consumer of Crowns on the 2nd floor. We can play a Drag out. We can put Wickless Baron out. Or Draft, I mean. And... Torch. Torch. And then I think getting a drag on the top floor. We already get him back. Get rid of that. We'll play the draft here to tank for him and also make sure we kill this Absolver. And then we can put this Deranged Brute up top. Place the imp, I think. Like that. We can even put Votivary up here and torch him for draw. And extra shield. Got a drag back. Let's do Entombed Explosion, maybe? We do it like this. Blow them up. And then torch him and play out a drag. Do some more damage. the draft back. And this time, I think we want the draft actually behind. Get rid of the Weight of Contrition. How can we kill a Train Steward or a Drag is enough. We can place both. And then 2 damage spell. We can. Let's see. We could. We don't have anything else to play out, so we'll just torch this guy here. Well, this is going well now. Now that we got the artifact, basically that artifact is enabling us to actually survive. What do we want? I think getting molten encasement here. Now we're running out of space, so after Fel, we will increase in capacity. But we're not going to have any issues with this battle. Our Consumer of Crowns will kill the boss by himself, so not too worried here. We need to start putting some incidental damage onto the backliners. Get Entombed Explosion up here. One more torch. And yep, he's dead. We can even put a Welder Helper in front to take a lot of the damage. Cool. So what would be helpful is multi-strike. If we can get multi-strike on our Consumer of Crowns, then I think, ooh, Remnant Host is really good to put on the bottom. It does muddy our pool a little bit. I think we're actually okay with units right now. And we're fine there, but we will, yeah, we will take extra capacity on Fel. Being able to get 2 units in front of on the bottom floor. And I think upgrading units for the chance to get multi-strike is going to be most valuable for us. And being able to get some higher health back. Is there anything else we want to put Endless on? Maybe on the Entombed Explosive, because we don't want them to increase in health. And just being able to play this over and over again is quite good. The Stealth is also quite good, but I think Entombed Explosive does more for us. And then we can increase the health on the Deranged Brute. Health and damage, maybe. And let's get multi-strike. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Get extra burnout onto anything. We put it on him, he just burns out when we play him. Or on him. This guarantees he dies and he can absorb more damage. Because he'll keep the 1 burnout, he won't get enhanced with extra burnout. Actually makes sense. Then it's really like a spell, basically. I'm still gonna get rid of more Train Stewards for now. Let's get rid of a second one. Because we should be able to... yeah, we can get rid of units here. And get rid of units here. And here. So we have plenty of opportunities to get rid of units with unstable vortexes, and the Train Stewards are more damaging to our deck right now than the torches. Do we want them to heal? It's actually probably okay because our Consumer of Crowns does more damage than they have health. And so we just let them get up and then he kills them. And the bottom floor is just to get enough. We can even put the Entombed Explosion down there to kill off some more units. So let's do it like this. Put him there. Get the Bodaberry. Get the Entombed Explosive. And then... I think think we leave it like that for now. Maybe get an molten encasement to be around after. Yeah, sure. So there's the Consumer of Crowns. We can put him here. And then block him with a Welder Helper. Save some damage. We can't play the Wickless Baron yet. He's a little bit too expensive. And then we can put also a drag. Here. Cool. Entombed Explosive. He's still not taking any damage. We can even torch one of them. So, Wickless Baron. Let's put the Deranged Brute up top. Getting the draft out so that it can be reformed. And what do we want to do here? I think we can put some drags up top. We can even torch this guy. We can torch this guy. Cool. Wickless Baron, he'll be able to take quite a few hits. Do it like that. And rage up top. Yeah, like that. And then we can just toss some incidental damage out. So that will take... okay, perfect. So we can kill him. Kill him. We can put the draft to tank one hit on the top floor. Maybe Entombed Explosion would have been better, but it's fine. Let's get this guy out here. And he'll get through all of his stealth, so we're going to be just fine. The Consumer of Crowns will kill him very easily. Yeah, we're going to take almost no damage on the Consumer of Crowns. Cool. So, Covenant 4, we should be able to pull off the challenge. The next question is then, what about on the... sure. What about on the higher Covenants? Although I don't want to say it's officially done yet, because there's still a lot of... we still need to get through Fel, still need to get through the multi-strike chicken fighter, and we need to get through Seraph. So we still have a long ways to go, but I think we're looking pretty good. I think now is the time we start getting rid of our torches. They're also not particularly useful for us at this point anyway. And we can even get rid of another torch. So now we're already at pure minion stage. We just need to get through the last 3 fights. And we'll take capacity after Fel. Alright, we already start with the Consumer of Crowns, that's great. We can even put it on the top floor to do 115 damage to Fel. That seems good. We can put the Deranged Brute on the second floor. Rector Flicker, Wickless Baron, and I think already the Molten Encasement is pretty good. Like that. We can put out, I guess Multi-Imp also would have been pretty good. We can put out a Drag, and then the Fledgling Imp. to do even more damage. We put out Entombed Explosive to absorb the damage and to also add some damage there. Getting out a drag just to absorb the hits, that makes sense. And we can put a Molten Encasement here just to get some stealth and shield onto our Consumer of Crowns. We can put the Votavary here instead. Or actually Molting Imp to clear out the entire floor. And then we have some zero costs we can put other places. So let's do that. Let's put Molting Imp out. And then we can chump block with the Drag and the Votavary. And then I think we're okay. What to put on the top floor? I mean, Draft is always good. The Draft allows, if we put him behind, so we put him in front, he's going to do not enough damage. If we put the Entombed Explosive up front, he just absorbs the hits, and yeah, that's fine. We can do it like that. And then we can do Molten Encasement here, does not die right away. Instead, let's do the other one, because I'd like to get the actual stealth and health and armor triggers. He's going to die. We can put a Molten Encasement behind. That will die next turn. This will die right away, giving us stealth. We can put now the Draft, the tank. We can put the Molten Imp. Or let's do the Entombed Explosive. They're both going to die. And we're good. Let's do Entombed Explosive. This is going to be a problem. We need to be able to do 20 damage behind, I think. Well, let's get the Molten Encasement out here for now. Put the Drag so that we can absorb some damage. I mean, it's in the end, it's 2 damage. The Draft will help. And I think we want the Draft. Plus 7 rage, so he's going to have 29 times 2 is not enough. We need to put him in the back. And it's still not quite enough. Okay, we take 2 damage. Not awful. Put Entombed Explosive down here. And we're good. They should die easily. Now what do we want? Entombed Explosive, probably? That does quite a lot of damage to him. We can put a Welder Helper like this, and then a Drag behind like that. Seems pretty good. And then we just need anything that can tank for the Consumer of Crowns. We can put this out just to add some extra incidental armor. He's not dying yet, but I think getting the Entombed Explosive will take one of the hits off. Alternatively, he absorbs 2 hits by himself. Plus 35 damage. I think it's actually the Welder Helper. Kills him. Yeah. So now getting the extra capacity will be a huge help for us. It allows us to stack the bottom floor faster. We can't take any of those. It allows us to stack the bottom floor faster. And it will allow us to put 2 blockers in front of the Consumer of Crowns. More removal. Getting rid of Train Steward. Getting rid of a Train Steward and a Dreg would be really helpful. What would we duplicate? Can we fit 2 Consumer of Crowns now? We could. 1, 2, 1 with the Deranged Brute. 1 with other chump blockers. I actually think that's gonna be the way we do it. Yeah, having 2 of them, they're because of our volatile gauge, they are only going to cost at maximum 3, so we can always play them out. And they're just so strong on their own, I think it's worth. Extra Harvest, I think, over more Reform. Especially now that we can fit an extra unit on the bottom with the Baron and with extra 8 damage. It is okay. We basically are permanently putting chump blockers in front of our units. Now what would be great is if I could get an artifact on the last floor that helped with that could help with getting extra energy or extra ember. So we put Rector Flicker on the bottom, put an Entombed Explosive in front. We can even, what's he doing? He's giving it multi-strike. We can even put Welder Helper, which will allow us to play 1 of our Consumer of Crowns for free. We can put the Deranged Brute up top, and then already put, do we want more chump blockers? So he's going to die from Burnout no matter what. 16, so he'll kill the first 2. He's actually doing 9 damage. I think stacking more units down here. The problem is now the armor goes to the Welder Helper. Even more, because all 3 of them die. Now we can get the second Consumer of Crowns on the top floor. Put the Giraffe in front to block. And what else? I think we put Wickless. Okay, Wickless. I can't play him now because of Ember cost. Put another Dreg to absorb one of the hits. And another Dreg here as well to absorb hits. Okay. So let's do Entombed Explosive. We can now get the Baron out. And then who do we need to protect more? Our champion, or this will absorb both hits. I think that's better. Our champion's going to get a lot of health, and we're just stalling until we can get to the other floors where our guys do a lot of damage. Okay, so we can put a Drag here. Let's get a Molten Encasement. That blocks all damage. We can do the Entombed Explosive. And he's still taking a lot of damage. Maybe actually the Molten Encasement would have been better. It's okay, we can get it here. We can get Molten Encasement, Entombed Explosive. We can even put the Votivary in front just to get extra draw, or alternatively, yeah, I think getting the Votivary so we can get extra draw is going to be best. Cool. So we can Entombed Explosive. That adds quite a lot of damage. We can then get Welder Helper. We can even get Rage. Problem is all this small damage means that he gets really big. But I still think we're going to be fine with our Consumer of Crowns up top doing a lot of damage. These guys both die in the first hit, and then he's just doing, yeah, a lot of damage behind. So I think we're okay. Oh, wait a second. 21, 20, ah, crap. There's no way to get rid of him. I can't believe it. We lost again with basically the perfect deck, all because of our bottom floor. Wow. Oh my gosh. This challenge, though, is cursed. Had basically the perfect deck and then got screwed over. I got to think about... I got to start looking at bosses more and thinking about how to play around them. Alright, let's... I think that's still the right combo. So we'll stay with that for now. Welder Helper and Molded will help us get through the first rounds. This will help keep some of our units alive. And with Molded right now, I think we can afford to take the Burnout, make him really big, and then one of the units we need to get is Lady of the Reformed to keep him alive. Definitely want the unit draft. And we have 2 imps again, so getting another Consumer of Crowns on this run could do it for us. So we do Drag, Crushing Demise, and Rector Flicker, tank with Train Steward. Just 1 second. Yeah. Ugh. Wife is leaving for work, so I wanted to say goodbye before she heads out. Alright. So we're good. We can mold it already to get the drag back. And we can tank with it. Train Steward and torch the backliner. And then we need a reformed. Bring back this Train Steward, put a second one here. And we'll put another one here. So we can do Crushing Demise to get rid of the backliner. bring back Rector Flicker and 2 hits instead. Cool. Of course, first battles are always easy. The problem comes later on. Getting Molting Imp. Lady of the Reformed. Okay, so good bottom floor, much stronger bottom floor than we had in the last run. We just need now to get Consumer of Crowns. We did not get him, but a Steelworker is pretty good. We can even large stone the Steelworker. No, I think large stone on Lady of the Reformed, because we only need 2 units on the bottom floor. Getting her extra burnout, health, and damage seems good. And then let's already trim out Torch, I think. So, this will carry us through Daedalus. We need the coins. We can even stack up on the top floor instead if we need. But basically any one of our cards, oh yeah, they're all dazed, so even better. We don't even have to put those guys there, we can do it like this. And then put these guys still on the bottom floor. Her in front. Then we just need 1 damage spell. So, damage spell. We can Train Steward. Train Steward. Yep. And pretty straightforward. Even torch this guy to reduce the damage on her. Doesn't really matter, but... Alright, so this is a pretty good start. So we need a Demon Fiend or a Consumer of Crowns in order to have something strong enough on the later floors. Having Wickless Barons stacking up on another floor could also be good. Let me think. What would we duplicate? A second Lady of the Reformed? In case the first one dies. Getting a second Molting Imp, maybe? Again, I'm assuming at some point I'll be able to get Consumer of Crowns. That's probably overly optimistic, but that's what I'm going for. I mean, I don't think it's mandatory, but it's so hard to do this challenge without big minions, because they just die and there's no way you can bring them back unless you have the Reform Rector Flicker. But if you have the Reform Rector Flicker, then his health and damage is pretty weak. So it's like not so great. Alright, let's put Wickless Baron up top. Rector Flicker, Lady of the Reform, and I totally screwed that up. Oh man. That's okay, I can reform them later on, but still. Maybe even now. I'll bring her back with a reform. Mistakes like that are not going to help me. We can put Steelworker, torch that, and get a drag. Another drag. And another drag. And nothing yet. We can stack armor there. Okay, let's do another multi-imp. He dies, we can torch him to save some health. And he's dead. As I said, just having that bottom floor is enough to get through Daedalus, and then now that we're able to get a third unit on that bottom floor, that will help out a lot. Devourer of Death. Or Bounty Stalker. We're on the 3rd floor, so we'll have at least 5 more. And if we can keep reforming him now, before we lose... We keep a reform till the end, till Seraph. That's how we do it. We keep a reform until Seraph, and then we get rid of it at the end. I don't think we need any of these. And we want capacity. Because we can keep reforming the Stalker. Even getting Endless on it would be fine. We're definitely going to go this route. This is everything we need. Consumer of Crowns. Where are you? Let's get rid of torches. And upgrading units. Endless. Got it. And we can increase health, and I think we want to increase health on the Steelworker. We can increase health and damage on the Steelworker, or on the Baron probably. Purge out a Train Steward. Maybe we don't need Consumer of Crowns. And I think just making him bigger is the ticket. What else would be great is the Artifact, which increases the amount of burnout you get on units, but we can't rely on that. This is going to be fine. We have plenty... Or, let me say that again. We have no spells that do damage, so that's not a big deal for us. Okay, let's do Lady of the Reformed, Rector Flicker. We do miss on one burnout there, but I think it's still worth it. Put him there. Bounty Stalker, and then put a Train Steward up top. Now we need her to start taking damage. She needs to take at least 1 hit per turn. Put a drag in front. Can we reform? We can reform the multi-imp. That's probably better. Take out the backliner again. And then after this, do we do that though? It actually might be okay just to take the damage. We can do it like that. First one dies, then she takes additional damage. He'll die there. That's what we want. We don't want to put armor on him. Put Steelworker and Train Steward behind him. Like that. Now we get the Bounty Stalker back. We put it on the top row again. We can put a drag to absorb the hit. Another drag. And that's it. So getting rid of Train Stewards is key for us. He'll die. That's exactly what we want. What can we reform? A drag. We put this here and it just dies. And then we can reform something else, maybe. Oh, getting a Welder Helper. Welder Helper would actually be probably better. So let's just put him out. It dies. And we can also do this to clear the back line. that was actually scary. I didn't see the burnout until the end, but we're good. Cool. So still going pretty strong. Devour of Death I just don't think is worth it right now. If we got it... And we can't take any of those spells. It's really strong, like, it's a really strong spell, but I just don't think it fits what we're trying to do. Definitely want to improve units. Getting multi-strike onto the Stalker is really, really strong. Getting more health, maybe? Something like that. Or just increasing him again. And I might want to actually save the gold. For now. Because we're not in urgent need. I guess we can get rid of a Crushing Demise. Oh, we could have gotten rid of 2 cards. Anyway, let's get rid of 1 Molded and another Trained Steward. So we have 1 spell left. We should be able to get to a... Yeah, there's an Unstable Vortex down here. There is one right here. Maybe we get rid of it at this stage. Get the Reform champion. And then play out the last 2 without any spells. Seems like that could work. Alright. Stealth. This guy is hard. This guy's hard to kill. 13 damage per tick. We may need to swap up the floors and put the Rector Flicker, but then we need them to take damage. That's the problem. We need her to take damage so that they survive. But we also... Bounty Stalker will be doing 60 damage. I mean, that's such a strong first turn play. Maybe we can try to reform them back in case... yeah, I mean, that's so strong. But the Stalker... He'll die to the spikes, which is what we want. And then we need something up here. We can put a Trained Steward up here. Get a drag. And then... I think doing that is fine. Cool. We can put the Stalker down again, getting him even more damage. Put another 2 drags. Actually, Molting Imp. Behind like that. He still dies, that's great. He's also dying. Yeah, this is looking really good. And we can put 1 drag in front to absorb some of the damage, because they're going to take damage. She'll take damage from hitting the spikes. He's dead. We can put another Bounty Stalker down again. We can do another Molting Imp. Another Molting Imp. It's gonna burn out. Okay, good. So that keeps them nice and fresh, because she'll take 4, she'll do 30. That'll give us 2 burnout on him. Putting the Bounty Stalker here. reforming a drag, and then using the welder helper. So they both die, and he takes 120 damage. That's pretty good. And then let's put a drag at the back, because it will survive. And I think we're gonna get through the stealth, because, yeah, good. And then he's dead. Cool. And that got a lot of damage onto our Bounty Stalker, which will go a long way, because the idea would be that we can just start with 7 on the first battle. I mean, I'll take it. Can't take any of these. Won't take any of these. If we got Consumer of Crowns, that would be a way to play him on turn 1. I think it's a little bit hopeful at this point to assume we're going to get him. Duplicating the Bounty Stalker. I think that's worth it at this point. He's already strong, right? He's already 2 endless Bounty Stalkers, and then we can just trim out a lot of the other cards in the deck. That seems really good. Because they can both still stack all the way until the end. Alright, so we do... Bounty Stalker... Bounty Stalker, Rectifier. And that kills all 3 statues. And then I don't think we place these guys yet, because I want the Bounty Stalkers to all die. Molten Imp. So we do Witless Baron and a... Then he doesn't die. We have to absorb both hits for him to survive. So instead we'll put a drag. We can do Molting Imp. Molting Imp, because then they both die. And we can put a Train Steward at top. He's gonna kill both of them. Let's get Lady of the Reformed out. And how do we kill the other Bounty Stalker? That's the question. That. And then Steelworker behind him. Okay, he'll die in the next hit. Oh, that's the Dazed. Okay, so we gotta avoid putting Bounty Stalker on the top. Now he'll die. Let's reform, bring back another Molting Imp. Put it behind. Get a drag. Put a Train Steward back. Okay, he'll finally die. The problem is that he's gonna die and no one's gonna be able to kill this guy. So we get this guy out. We bring back. If we put him behind, we can get extra damage onto the Eclipsed Guardian. So we can at least put some damage on this guy, get him low. 77 damage is probably enough to, let's see, 15. It's pretty close to being able to kill him in one hit. I think we put him in front for now. He'll get really low. Oh, that's right. He doesn't die because... Well, at least we kill the guy. Reform... a drag. That. And... we're good. So they kill both of them. She takes more damage. Put the Bounty Stalker up front. We can mold it. And I think at this point, getting like that makes sense. Alright, Fel. We put you up front. Let's see, hold on. Let's get this guy. We get him up front. We do an extra 400 damage. And I think we're going to do a lot of damage on this floor as well. Because our Rector Flicker is doing 85 per hit. Yeah, we almost kill him. But he'll die on the next floor. Because he gets dazed and then the Bounty Stalker kills him. Cool! So, we're not using Consumer of Crowns, but we're still somehow able to make it work. We definitely don't need another Bounty Stalker now, and Transcend Dip could have been interesting, but I think instead even more capacity is the ticket. And trinkets or upgrades. What do we have left to upgrade? One tick on the Steelworker. I don't think that's worth going that route for. Let's see what we get. When a friendly unit dies, enhance it with plus 10 is really good for us. Demons get multi-strike. How many demons do we have? Just the one. Applying armor is really good. We don't have high cost. I don't think we need the multi-strike. Let's see what else we get. Units can get an extra upgrade slot. Conserve energy between turns. If we do the upgrade slot, we can upgrade everything one last time before the final boss. That seems really strong. And we can afford to get more coins. Was there any of these others that looked good? Gain more energy when you summon a second unit. Seems pretty good. And yeah, big ol' burnout. This is the farthest we've gotten. Enemies appear on each floor is such an easy challenge for us because they get stunned on the top floor. Oh man, I'm really thinking we might have it. I think this might be the run. I think this might be the run. That alone will put a ton of damage onto Our Lady of the Reformed. In fact, even let's see. Put the Welder Helper in front, we even absorb a lot of the hits at the first hits. Do we really want a Steelworker though on that floor? Probably not. Do we just absorb the hits? I think I would rather... You get multi-strike. Maybe we do something like that. Oh yeah, we can't play her now. We do have the one more reformed. That's good. We need that, Bounty Stalker, and then Chump Block with Drag. Oh, we should have put... Yeah, that was not the right way to set that up. I don't know that we've set up exactly ideal for this. Do it like that. And we can put a drag. Take all of them out. Second Bounty Stalker. And 5, 10, 25. Yeah, that's still good. Now what I'm thinking is that we get burnout on the Bounty Stalkers and they're just a massive spell that does insane amount of damage. Put them like that. And molded. Director Flicker. Seems good. And we can just put a Train Steward and a drag up here. Lady of the Reformed. Another Bounty Stalker. And then let's do that, kill Burnout. And the boss. Getting another Welder Helper means that they both get to attack. Yeah. 498 damage, and then we'll be able to absorb and do a lot of damage up here as well. We can even put another Bounty Stalker up top. Is he dead? Dead. Cool. Let's put a Bounty Stalker here. Good, it'll die. That's what we want. On to Seraph. We're on to Seraph. So 13 tries. We can do it. Definitely want to upgrade units. We can get some Pyre health back. Large Stone. Yeah, burnout on the Bounty Stalker. He just comes back. We get 200. It's just going to keep increasing. And then large stone on the other one. Or another large stone on the Lady of the Reformed. Could also be really strong to keep her alive. Let's see what we get when we reroll. Endless. Don't think we need endless. Extra damage on this Bounty Stalker seems fine. Or rage. This is permanent. What's the devour your spells? Alright, it's all come together. And what trinket? Extinguish abilities trigger a second time. Summon abilities. And I think we duplicate which one? Which one? Oh crap! I did not get rid of the spell. Oh! Oh my gosh. Well, I won't play it. I won't play the spell. Oh my gosh. I think getting this one is better. Oh my gosh. Can't believe. We'll have to do it again. We can do it on the higher covenant level. We can get us run like this again. I think we'll be fine. Ah. Awful. But we will play it out. And then, as much as I would like, let's just get rid of it. Technically now, we didn't use a spell. Oh, that's awful. I think getting them on the bottom. No, wait, we can't fit them all. Lady of the Reformed. And we can just throw this out there. Oh my. Oh my. Alright, let's get double. And put a Train Steward up top. This Baron. Bounty Stalker. Bounty Stalker. And let's go with it. So we can fit dregs at this point, that's it. Cool. Bounty Stalker. Bounty Stalker. Drag. And we can't play this one, it burns out. Unless we want it to be in the back, just to do extra damage. That's okay. We can put a drag in front here to absorb some hits. Bounty Stalker, Bounty Stalker. No other helper. We keep the drag. Bounty Stalker, Bounty Stalker. Don't want these. Bounty Stalker, Bounty Stalker. Get rid of that. We can put this in front. And we're good. And here we go. Bounty Stalker. Bounty Stalker. Ultimate in. Goodbye, Seraph. Bounty Stalker, Bounty Stalker. Let's screenshot. And dead. Super cool. Super, super cool. So, I don't know if you want to count that or not. If anything, the spell was just a distraction. So, let's try it. We have a lot of Ember Gain opportunities. We can get the what is it called? It's not great. We start with only spells. That means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spells to get rid of. That is a lot of stuff. Yep, we're dead. Ah, dang it. Yeah, we'll try that again. I think that's actually pretty good. We just needed a way to get Shadow Siege out. So we will try that again. And hopefully we get units to start. Ah! Transcend Imp would do it. It would kill him. I played that so bad. Ugh. Alright, so we did get it once. I think we can do it again on the higher covenants.